You want your voice and your presence to have a strong impact on other people. You want to face hard conversations with ease. You want to feel that you are not staying in the victim mindset after admitting your mistakes. And you want to feel that you are capable of responsibilities which comes to you when you are applying for the high leadership position. All of this requires from us inner strength. And in this video we'll speak about why exactly this muscle is not working properly yet, and how to make it work really great, how to make it really strong, and I will give you exactly concrete practical steps for it. So everything starts from our mindset. It's our old beliefs which tell us that something is too much or impossible or we are not capable. Those are beliefs which are built under the conditions, different conditions throughout our life. What are those conditions? For example, when we were in the childhood, demonstrated like many times by our parents that our choices, our decisions was wrong and that we had to listen to them. So this is how that would be much better. So the belief of I am able to do things properly on my own is not developing, or I am doing something more bad than another people do it. So another condition can be is that when we are actually trying to do something which are very scary for us, and we, for example, do mistakes or we lose or we fail in something, and it hurts that much, the person stops trying, and it kind of like gives this confirmation. Again, it goes into beliefs that I knew I can do it, like I'm an idiot. So how could I actually think that it's possible for me? Another thing, when you face something and you run away. For example, someone offers you a great job opportunity and you're afraid of trying it and you running away. Or in relationships, in different situations, it can be when you are behaving like a child and you understand it. Because no matter whoever see it, but if you had some opportunity and you ran away from it, you estimate yourself like a loser. And another thing is also happening when, for example, next to some other people who are really great at something. Person is very confident, person is great at saying some greetings next to a lot of people, and you compare yourself, or such people can laugh at you, for example, for you trying to do something, and so they made jokes like, oh, they could try, like sounded stupid as always. You know, it's kind of simple, but it stuck in the subconscious that I can't do it. It's not for me. So it's like, again, the belief of I'm a loser is staying there. So the point is that you need to do different things right now in your life to rebuild your beliefs. So your mindset would not put sticks into your wheels and you would not face the same consequences as you faced before in your life. As I always say, that we have to start with small steps. So the point is that we have to kind of make this muscle stronger with time, and it takes time. The same when you learn to drive a car, it needs practice. The same with inner world. Everything from the inner world it has the same algorithms. You just need to learn how to use it. So I want you to dedicate some time in your life. It's not 20 minutes. It's not going to be small. It's like you are stepping into a new way of living your life. This is your job. And by the way, right now, the Saturn is retrograding. And any retrograde planet means that this is the time to go backwards and kind of work inside. And so you will kind of cleanse the air before doing the next steps in your future. First thing I want you to do a thing like this. Make a list of people who you think you need to say sorry to. The point is that through doing this first task, first you are admitting that you did something wrong somewhere, but right now you are not getting into this kind of feeling of guilt. By the way, I will do another video about the feeling of guilt, but you are focused on healing it. So to release yourself from all of the old connections which still eats your energy, you need to face this stuff. So it's like declutter this part of you regretting doing something. You can have the notebook with you, something like this, and you write the name and what you regret, name and what you regret, and then you decide what you will do. The best way is to write the message for the person with sincere explanation what exactly you regret, and you hope that everything is okay with person, that now you understand the situation from different angle, for example. Or you can write this message, like these words, in your notebook. So you need to take it all out from the inside. So your job is everything what sits towards this person, you have to take it out and release it. When you don't feel anything, when you don't feel any guilt or regret, this is when it's done for that person. And then you go one by one. When you finished, you can burn this notebook and just forever know on the energy level you balanced it. Because even if the person is died, still you write it. Because it's not about person hear you or read with their eyes. It's about the energy of you understanding the lesson from the mistake you did, you regret it, you analyzed what it kind of taught you, and now you release yourself and you release the person. And when you feel that you did it, it gives you strength from the inside that you are actually capable of asking for forgiveness, face hard conversation if it's needed, and nothing crazy is happening. And I will tell you one small example. One of my friends, she had a terrible marriage, like 7 years of very abusive stuff, like the guy was pooping in the bathroom, like where she takes shower, to prove her something. So every story was like that from her about him. So I didn't know the dynamics, but I knew from her that very recently that he called her and he asked for apology for everything he did. Like he understood how ugly his behavior was. It's so interesting to see because she released her heart from that BS very long ago. But when he called her and asked for forgiveness, you can't imagine, she wrote a post in the Instagram how important was that for her to hear that this person actually admits that he did too much bad stuff to her, and how releasing and cool was to hear that. And so I had a great experience to observe how it feels when person gets relief from such apology. So it's not what makes us weak and stupid. It actually makes us feel more mature and responsible for the things we do. You can do it throughout several months. For example, one person in one weekend or one person one day. You don't have to do everyone in the same moment. So it doesn't have to be too much. Your job is to realize that it's important to declutter the part of feeling regret and this burden in your heart. Like you have to live with ease in your heart. So solve this. And it's done forever. Like you ask for forgiveness, person accepted your apology, done. Never ever feel this bad feeling again. This is the first thing. The second step, what you will do is you will not like it either, but it's very important also to declutter subconscious. Your job is to clean all your messengers. I'm not kidding. Those things are also eating our energy because we know it's still there. We know that someone thinks that we have to respond. We know that we promise that we do something. And when we are avoiding and running away from it, we are feeling like an idiot. Our job is to, let's say, like 5-10 messages for a day, for one time. Your job is not to be good for people. Your job here is to respond in such a way that you will respect yourself for this response. And it means that it's not about starting this chatting again and you're like, oh my God, I answered 20 messages today and another 40 came from those same people. No, your job is to learn how to respond in such a way that they will not want to write a lot. So you are learning by this how to tell people that you have time, energy, your own space, and they have to respect it. And for example, if it's someone, you know, annoying guy who writes you, "Hi, how are you?" 10th time in a row, and you do not respond, obviously you can either just delete it or leave it open and forget about it. But if it's someone like, for example, your aunt or someone from big circle from work asked you 2 months ago like something, it's better to just be polite and say small phrase like, "I'm sorry I didn't respond that time, I didn't have time, and I actually don't have much time for social media. I'm sorry, I hope you're doing well." You're not asking anything, you're not opening the conversation, so the person doesn't really feel that. It seems like you want to chat more. And so you have to tell in such a way that you are important for me, your message was important for me, but I don't have time for that. When we are open and we are trying to please everyone, want to be kind and accepting to everyone, people use it so easily all the time. I'm not saying that being kind is bad, but it's about taking care about your boundaries, taking care about your time, and not worry that those people who don't understand it will estimate you somehow in a bad way. You can make it small, short message and just copy paste everywhere, changing, I don't know, name. By doing it, you are learning how to respond to the people the way it's also comfortable for you. And it may take a lot of time and it's annoying, I understand, but it will also release a lot of energy which actually was going on, kind of feeling that in every messenger you have this big bunch of unread stuff, and you know. So process this, because this is very important for also feeling that you are a mature human, you're not doing this childish stuff. And if you have a lot of work messages, maybe it's time to find like 1 hour a day, somewhere in the morning, for example, exactly for mail. So you would always have the same time when you're not doing anything else except checking your mail or checking your messengers. For example, you're in some sales, so you need to communicate with different people a lot. Okay, we are going to the third step. Third step is about processing emotions. I will not talk right now in this video a lot, because in this video, this is a link for it, I made video exactly about the processing emotions and how to do it. If you have something like constant anxieties or problems with sleep, maybe digestion problems, there are reasons for you to think about taking care about your emotional world more properly. So it's like when you feel emotional, you're not just shocked and overwhelmed by it, but you know the algorithm, how to process it, how to analyze why it happened with you, what lesson it teaches you, and how to prevent similar scenario in the future. So you will be able to solve your stuff. When you are solving your inner problems, you are becoming stronger inside, because you understand that you are able to do that. You are able to face that stories, that scary stuff. Like, you can do it. Okay, now we're going to the fourth step. And the fourth step is very interesting. It's actually my favorite part of it. Your job is to find among all of your interests the thing which you always wanted to do. Maybe you always wanted to dance. Maybe you always wanted to write fairy tales, or you always wanted to paint some illustrations for, I don't know, for cartoons. By the way, I am Ukrainian and I am currently in Ukraine. And I can tell you, as an example, we Ukrainians need to wait for that war comes to us, that we will start to do what we actually want in our lives. And lots of my people, my friends, started to do, like, they got pregnant, they attended classes of actors, and other people started to change their job completely and started to do art. And for example, I started to do a lot of things connected to wood and carpentry, and I made like an art space for myself to do different stuff there. This war taught us that life is too short to just postpone everything what you like for someone somewhere in the future, because the bomb can just fall on your head any day. And so we all joke, at least you lived for a little bit the way you wanted. And I don't want you to have something like that for you to realize that you need to live the life you always wanted. But this is my advice, that life seems long, but it can end any day. And so your job is to finally start to do what you always wanted and to find time for it. I know that you have a kid, that you have to take care about your house, you have a lot of work things, that your parents need your attention, everyone needs you. It's very good, but the point is that it's your job to find the way how to talk with all of them, to explain to the kid, this is a time for mom, this is a 2 or 1 hour in a day you play by yourself with your toys. Also, you have to explain your, for example, partner or husband, please take care today about the kitchen stuff or everything. I know that sounds crazy, that some of the people, some of the partners are not doing it because it's easy, because you're doing everything. The point is that when you start to take care about you and your interests, and you understand that you don't have in your life any time for you, and you start to find the way, you're also looking for the words how to explain it. You are helping your close people to realize that they have to respect your time, they have to value what you do, and they have to help you. Otherwise, something is not working. Like, for example, this evening you're on dancing classes. There's no food. Your partner has 2 hands, has money to order something, or is able to cook, or find a person who once in a week comes and cooks for you. Like, everything is possible to solve when you start to take care about your own needs. This is the point, that through this task, it's not only about you doing what you always loved, because it's actually help you to focus on what your life is about, but it's about reorganizing your life to have this uncomfortable conversation, change in your schedules, like making new decisions which you didn't used to. For example, you don't have time because you have work. What about if you ask at work, can you work not 5 days but 4 days, and 1 day you use only for things which are interesting for you? I actually did it. I asked if I can work instead of 5 days to work 3 days, and so the 2 days I can dedicate to readings, consulting sessions, and doing videos. And I also was quite scary because I never was employed before this carpentry place, and I was sure that this guy will tell me like, okay, so if you don't want to work with us, so you're fired. But he said, yeah, okay, no problem, just tell me which days you want, and that's it. So sometimes it's much easier when we start to solve our problems. And so when you do this, you also feel that you can solve your own problem. It's small, it's simple, but by doing these 4 steps which I offer, you part by part, day by day, focused on I'm solving my stuff. One message done, one other message done, this regret finished. You know, this like you will feel how you become easier, and you can do it. And so you will naturally throughout months grow in the feeling that it's not that hard, come on, and you will feel that it's not so much burden inside anymore, and that you're actually capable of doing things. And then you will by yourself, trust me, you will start to eat bigger pieces of the pie because you will feel that you can do it. And when you eat bigger, then you will naturally feel yourself as a strong person. And when you are naturally feeling yourself strong, this is a vibe which goes from you. When you speak, for example, in the circle of people, you're not afraid that they will not hear you because you hear yourself, because you know that your word makes sense and it's important, and it can make an impact, and you will not be interrupted. You will not be say like, oh, come on, stop it, it's not interesting. People will not do it because your tone will be fueled by the inner strength, by your own vision of who you are. And when you speak, they will naturally will be interested in what you're saying because your vibe, like you know what you're talking about. It feels like it's interesting to hear. This is how it feels when the person is strong from the inside. And you will not care if they want to hear you or no, because right now you will not be dependent on what the way, like how they actually see you or hear you, because you will see that if they don't want to hear that, you will be like in this position knowing that, okay, so you kind of missed an opportunity to hear some interesting thing. Okay, guys, take care about your inner strengths, build it, believe in yourself, support yourself, never humiliate yourself. I can do personal readings and consultations and therapy sessions if you want. The link is down below. And also I'm working on the interesting videos like perfectionism and stuff like that. So stay tuned and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.